Technology advances and the recent COVID-19 pandemic have deeply changed the interpreting landscape and have accelerated the use of remote interpreting, both on the phone and on video conferencing. Shift in Orality project has anticipated these trends. This EU-funded research project started in 2018 and explored the features and possible constellations of remote dialogue interpreting with the aim to produce useful information and knowledge about this interpreting mode. The project partners were the University of Bologna in Italy, the University of Surrey in the United Kingdom, Universidad de Granada in Spain, Universidad Pablo de Olavide in Spain, Dualia Teletraducciones, telephone interpreting provider in Spain, and Veasyt, a video conference interpreting provider in Italy. The main feature and challenge of remote interpreting is that participants are not co-located and they do not share the same physical space. On the phone, there's only an auditory input, which may have poor sound quality on top, while on video, the visual input may not be ideal. 4 speakers may be only partially visible or may be out of frame. Research has clearly shown that non-verbal components are an essential part of communication, so it is easy to imagine the difficulty that interpreting remotely adds to the already demanding task of interpreting. The total or partial lack of visual input requires an even more intensive, coordinated effort by the interpreter. For instance, turn allocation to avoid overlapping talk, specifying who said what to avoid confusion, and being ready to find proper ways to avoid mispronouncing of or distorting names of people, places, and medicines in case of a medical consultation, besides the usual tasks of taking notes, processing information, and bridging cultural gaps. Emergency calls to the police or to the healthcare services may be even more challenging because of the emotional state of the caller, which can make it difficult to obtain the necessary information to provide the appropriate emergency service. Moreover, the caller's storytelling or answers to the service operator's questions may be incomplete or lacking consistency because of his/her emotional state. In order to be prepared for the task, interpreting students and interpreters who have been working on site only need to be trained and knowledgeable about the appropriate ways to deal with these challenges. But since they're not alone in the remote interaction, also service providers should be trained to communicate via an interpreter and in a remote mode. Cooperation and trust are essential for successful remote interpreter-mediated communication. All these aspects, challenges and solutions are presented in the Handbook of Remote Interpreting on the basis of real data analysis in 2 language pairs, English-Spanish and Italian-Spanish. The handbook also contains training materials, which will be described in the next video.